I've been asked what I'm going to take on my bike trip, so this video here is going to go over all the equipment that I'm going to take with. On the left rear pannier, it goes on the back wheel. I'm going to carry my sleeping mat. It's a Thermarest sleeping mat. New for this trip was the big Agnes copper Spur Hblu 3 bike packing tent. As you can see, it's a 3-person tent, but it packs down super small. It's about half the size of my old tent, and it saved me a ton of space. And being on the bike for 3.5 months, space is everything. So I went with the smaller tent. Here's the footprint for the tent. What that is a ground sheet that you put underneath the tent to help prevent the moisture from the ground seeping up into the bottom of the tent, making everything damp inside. I have the ground sheet for my old one. This is kind of like an emergency shelter if I need to set it up for whatever reason. I not want to set up the whole tent just to get out of the rain or something, kind of like a poncho or something. I can use it for that. I also have the Adventure Cycling Association maps. I'm going to do it all old school. I'm going to use paper maps to traverse the country. It consists of 13 total maps. The maps that I'm not using, I'll keep in this back bag. When I get out to where the bears are, Jackie doesn't want me to get eaten, so I got me some bear spray for all my cohorts that I used to work with. The box was labeled MK9 when I received this, so those folks that know what I'm talking about, you know, hey, it works for bears too. Just a quick shout out to Mike and Justin over at Phoenix Physical Therapy in Greenville. Mike's been working on me, well, him and Justin both have been working on my knees. I've been having knee issues. They feel really good. Mike set me up with a stretching program and gave me a belt to use, so I don't have any problems with my legs or knees or my back on the trip. So thanks, Mike, for all the help there. In here I got my I'm not carrying a computer, but it might look like it. I got a keyboard, my iPad, and then a USB mouse. That way I can if I want to email people or do something, I got all that information. I'll just Bluetooth it or hotspot it to my phone and to get access to the internet that way. So later on I'll set the tent up so you can kind of see what it looks like set up. On the right rear is the clothing bag. In here I got 4 sets of clean clothes, basically shorts, shirts, underwear, and socks. They're all the dry fit stuff, so when you're sweating it dries off. If it rains and I get wet, I can dry off pretty quick with that. And then I got a bag to throw all the dirty clothes in, just to keep them separate. This bag here has also got clothes in it, but when I hit the elevations out in the Appalachian Mountains, and then when I hit out west, the Appalachians are at 6,000, out west at the Rockies is 9,000, so it could get cold. So I got some camp pants, I got a puff jacket, and I got some biking shorts in case my rear gets sore, and I just want to ride in biking shorts just to prevent any problems. Biking shorts I was never a big fan of till I started road cycling. Thought I'd look kind of silly in spandex, but the first time I went on a long bike ride, which was about 25 miles, my rear hurt so bad I went and got the spandex. So it's not to make you look cool or ride fast, it's to make sure that everything doesn't get tore up. I got wet weather gear. I got the pants and a jacket. I also got a bandage. I hope not to crash. I got a tetanus booster to make sure that I'm good there. And I went in for a wellness checkup, and Phil got me all squared away with that. Made sure I was good to go, no problems there. But I thought I'd take an extra bandage just in case something happens. baby wipes, okay, not just for babies or babies like me, but no, sometimes showers may not be available, and that's a shower. When a shower is available, I got the pack towels, which are those microfiber. They dry in like 15 minutes. I got a towel and a washcloth in there, and then all the toiletries that I need, including my medicine, I got in this bag here. Up on the right front, I got my sleeping bag. This is a down sleeping bag, so it packs down really small. It's the Nemo Disco 30. Should be fine for on those cooler nights. I also I'm bringing a sleeping bag liner. The sleeping bag liner is just so when you're really gross, it doesn't get the inside of the sleeping bag all dirty. And if the weather or the temperatures are warmer where I really don't need the sleeping bag, this kind of looks like a sleeping bag, but it's much thinner and doesn't provide a lot of extra warmth, but just something so you can cover up with. I don't know if I need this or not. This is like a sheet for a twin bed, but if I don't use it, what I can use it for in addition to my pillow is to raise my pillow up a little bit higher so I can sleep more comfortably. But if the sleeping bag liner is too warm, definitely too warm for the sleeping bag, I can always use the sheet for a cover at night just to stay warm. Here's the pillow. It's a pneumatic pillow with a memory foam upper layer. It blows up to about 2 inches, which really isn't enough to support the neck. So you can kind of see how when I fold this out, I can set it on top of this. I'll really get the support for my head and just provide me a better night's sleep. Finally, the left front. The left front's the feed bag. It's not completely full. I will pick up food along the way. The food that you see here is all dehydrated food, and that would be more for emergencies where, you know, say I couldn't find a grocery store, I was hungry, I need something to eat, kind of bonk, which means basically I've depleted all my energy stores in my body, and I'm struggling with energy. I'll have that food. It's dehydrated, but it's lightweight, so I'm not just going to store it in the bottom of the bag and just use it for emergencies. This little guy here will work as a cutting board, but also as a bowl. So one of the things that I also like in the morning is oatmeal. So I got, you know, just the first start of the trip, oatmeal. I'll buy food as I go along. So I don't need to carry 3 months worth of food. I just need to carry just a couple days, but you can't buy oatmeal in just a couple day packs. So you get a whole box and then just shove it in there like that. I got just some flavored water mix, Gatorade water mix to put in the water just to make the water a little more palatable. Just add a little flavor. Coffee. And this little bag here is a rope, okay? And what it is when you get out to where you got problems with wildlife, a lot of times they recommend hanging your food. So what'll happen is I'll bag all the food up in this pannier, throw this rope over a tree limb, and then just raise the food up off the ground so the animals can't get to it. So just an easy way to carry and store the rope for the feed bag. And then if I don't need it for the feed bag, I could string it across something and then use it as a clothesline to dry out clothes, to try to get more days out of the clothes before I got to do laundry. So they'll serve two purposes. Just a drinking cup. I won't say old school, but I was just talking to Mom the other day, and the cup reminded me of the Marty farm. The Martys have been a big part of the Mueller family for a very, very long time. And up on the hill they had a water spigot outside, and they always had one of these sitting on the spigot, and the water didn't matter what time of year or how hot it was, the water was always super cold and refreshing. And when I seen the cup, it just reminded me of my childhood, and why not, a little nostalgia. So fuel canister for I got for the cook system here. I got an Msr Pocket Rocket isobutane stove. There's 2 pots in here, and then all this, you know, like the eating utensils, they all fold up. They're in here. Stuff to clean up with, dish soap, those types of things are all stored in here for the cook system. Then up on the handlebar, I got a handlebar bag. On the top of it is a map case, and the maps for the route I can just put in here and view those maps as I travel down the road, and then just turn from panel to panel. So there'd be some stopping just to make the adjustments on the maps, but it makes it real convenient because it's right where it's in my sight, and try not to get lost. I will have my GPS with me, my Garmin GPS, and my cell phone, so if I do get lost, I can find my way back. But I want to try to do it old school and do it with the paper maps. I'm not a diary person, but 3.5 months on the bike is going to have a lot of things to talk about, see, and I'm afraid I'm going to forget. So I'm going to journal the trip. And not so much for myself. Someday, when Ryan and Corinne have kids, and they, Grandpa, you know, tell me a story. What a story they'll hear here. So I'm going to journal the story. I'll put pictures in here, and I just look forward to the day where I can read the stories to the grandkids. Just a towel, you know, a cooling towel, you know, just to kind of wipe off with or cool off with. Sunscreen. I should have took care of myself much earlier in my life with sun protection. I seem to get sunburnt pretty easy, and it's the spray stuff, and it doesn't feel, I've tried it already, and it doesn't feel sticky when you put it on, which just is a miserable feeling. So I should be, you know, pretty good with putting this on if it doesn't feel like crap. I am going to record this. I'm recording the videos that you've seen up to this point on an Insta360 camera. So I got a mount to mount the camera to my bike. I do have a lot of electronics that I'll take with me. I got a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank to take with me, and then this here's got all the the chargers, cabling and stuff like that for all the electronics. And I just got a meter, just 35 years working in electronics. Just want to make sure that, you know, everything's powering and I got good power. I plan on charging all the time using a solar panel, but if I can find power on a wall outlet, I'll definitely be powering and recharging all the electronics and power banks using a regular outlet if I can. Tool wise, I got this bag here. It's gonna sit underneath the seat of my bike, and it's there just to carry all the tools in. I got some zip ties, electrical tape. I got a Gerber, an adjustable wrench, an 8mm Allen key. A lot of people will say, why do you need an 8mm Allen key? When I get to my destination, I gotta box the bike up, and one of the things I have to do is take the pedals off, and I need a wrench to get the pedals off, so I'll just carry that with me. I also got a park tool, bike tool, It's got a bunch of different things on it. It does have an 8mm, but you can see getting the torque on here versus here is you can see why I'd rather have the wrench. But it's got most of the stuff that I would need for any minor bike maintenance on the bike during the trip. I got a brand new section off for a chain in case I break the chain. I got a wolf tooth chain pliers, and inside the chain pliers is 2 chain links to fix the chain if I get someplace where I got to do that. And then the tire lever is built into the chain tool. This little guy here is Tenacious Tape. So if I get a hole in my sleeping mat, I can fix it. I get a hole in the tent, I can fix it. The Tenacious Tape works really well for that. Did some research on that. REI recommended it, but you can watch other YouTube channels on people hiking and biking. They talked about using this to repair any of those types of things that might come up. My bike repair kit, or my flat kit, is on the bike. I'll show you that in a second. But one of the things I'm going to carry in the bag is some boots for the tire, in case I have a tire that actually blows out, and this will just get me to a place where I can replace the tires. Don't know how well this will work. Hopefully I don't have to use it. This is to repair a broken spoke. Some people say carry spokes. I've had this for several years, so hopefully I don't break a spoke and I won't have any issues, but we'll see. And then I got a medicine bottle full of miscellaneous screws, chain lube. I got some thread locker just in case it fits in the bag, you know, for bolts coming loose. We've had a couple people stay with us for warm showers, and when we look their bikes over, we always seem to find loose screws. So just use it sparingly so you can at least get the screw out, but it keeps things tight, keeps it from vibrating loose, and you know, maybe the rack won't come loose and then tear up the wheel. So that's just in case. I probably won't need it because everything on there is already thread lockered anyway. I got just a small brush. You can see it's never been used, just for this trip, and it's just to clean the chain and stuff during the trip, since I'm going to be on it for so long. I won't be able to have a regular brush like I would here at home. And then I got a rag just to kind of wipe things down, you know, the oil and stuff from the chain. So that's pretty well everything that's going on bags. We'll take a quick look at the bike.